up, you guys? This is Rob from the Gay Guy Plays, and today on the Daily Grind, we're going to be having a chat about something just a little bit different. Now, as many of you guys know, I have sunken in very deep with Destiny 2's Forsaken, and I'm absolutely loving it. But as I'm playing Destiny, and as I'm playing Warframe, I'm slowly noticing things that each of these games could learn from each other. Now, last night I played the conclusion of one of the big storylines in Forsaken, and it's called the Ace of Spades quest. Now, I don't want to get in too deep spoiler-wise, however, I did finish that quest, like, at 1 a.m. last night, and I was very, very emotional. In fact, I was more emotional than I've ever been in any of Warframe's quest lines, and this brings us to today's subject. The issue that I think Warframe definitely needs to address in future releases is that it really needs to work on its NPC development, because I really just don't feel at all attached to many of the characters in Warframe. And the thing is, I've only been playing Destiny 2 for a little bit, but there are certain characters that I like root for and cheer for and get super excited about, and there are other characters where I'm like, oh my god, if I see your face one more time, I swear to god, I'm gonna throw my monitor out my window because I'm so over you right now. And in Warframe, I don't really feel like any characters have really elicited that response. Now, I'm gonna have you guys pause the video here real quick. For all of you guys out there, I want you to go ahead and make a list of all of the characters that you really, really adore, 1 through 5 in Warframe. And I want you to kind of take a closer look at how much you've interacted with them, exactly how you feel about them, and how intensely you feel about them. Because if you maybe play Destiny 2, go ahead and list out the 5 characters that you really, really love, or maybe really, really hate. I don't know, put it out there into the universe and see whether your emotional reactions towards these characters are strong or not. So take some time to do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and start jumping into the things that I feel about Warframe characters, because legitimately for me, all of the characters that I feel like we should be attached to, I'm just not really attached to at all. Now, as of late, you guys know all of the storylines that have been going on with Lotus, and legitimately, time after time, I'm just kind of like, I'm really over you. Like, there is really nothing that, like, after the whole, like, she leaves us for Ballas, and then she turns into some sort of psychopathic killing machine, I'm just kind of like, okay, I really have no urge to go and save your ass. I think somebody in my Twitch chat had said it. Oh, she hurts us once, she leaves us, and then she turns out to be some kind of monster, and our response as a character is, we will save you! And I'm like, no, my realistic response is, bitch, you on your own. Don't come back. Because if you come back, you're going to be met with some intense-ass motherfucking fire. You got some fire that you're trying to get back? Guess what? We got that fire, and we will turn it on your ass. Sorry, you played us once, you played us twice, you ain't playing us again. That's kind of like how I feel about Lotus right now, and she's supposed to be one of the characters that you connect with the most, and I'm like, you know, thanks for waking us up and hiding us in the moon, but I mean, that's where this ends. Now, moving along from that, the other character that we're supposed to be really, really attached to on a whole nother level is our operators. And I don't know, but I'm like sitting there with the dialogue from the operators, and they seem just kind of like these angsty kids. In fact, I believe that there was a couple times in, what is it called? Not the War Within, the most recent one, the Umbra Quest. Oh my god, I can't even remember what the Umbra Quest was called, but that one, where I was like, you're a snotty little piece of shit, aren't you? And a part of me was just kind of like, I don't relate to this character because they're so, like, teen emo, and I get the fact that, like, our operators are supposed to be, like, you know, they're younger. But then again, they're not just, like, younger, they're, like, they've been through stuff. So you would think that they would have matured a little bit more or have kind of, like, reflected on how they kind of are and, you know, maybe be a little bit deeper of a character instead of, like, this, I don't know, this anime trope of an annoying teenager. That's just me. And I don't know, I wish that we could change personality types or something in Warframe, because right now me and my operator aren't jiving, and I am my operator, so that's not a great thing. Moving along from that, we have Teshin. And Teshin, for me, I have no feelings about Teshin. I just thought about it and I'm like, well, I let you kill, you know, the Elder Queen. That's cool. We bonded there. And then you do conclave stuff. And he's kind of like a stepdad. And I'm just kind of like, you ain't my daddy. You ain't gonna tell me what the fuck I need to do. Teshin, the fuck out of here. I'm not interested in anything that you have to say. So that's definitely kind of like my feelings of like some of the main characters. And then one of the other ones is Ortis. And you guys know that I love Ortis during quests. But anything, and I love his personal quest. If you guys haven't gone through and scanned all of the Cephalon fragments, definitely do. Because he has a very, very interesting backstory that comes along with him and kind of makes him seem a bit cool. But because of the fact that we only get cool one-liners from him in quests, like, a lot of people that I've known have literally just turned him off in the ship. They're like, nope, don't want to hear from you. And I'm like, that's one of the main characters in the game. And we're just like, no thanks. So those kind of like that was my big epiphany, was I was just like, oh my god, all the characters that are supposed to be main characters in the game, I'm not even fond of. And Destiny 2, in the short time that I've been with them, there's one character I just want to kick off the ledge, if you guys know what I'm talking about. He's standing there in the ledge overlooking his city. No, you can go, boy. You can go. And then, of course, there was one of their main characters that did perish, and that was a very highly emotional thing. Y'all saw it in the trailers, so I don't feel bad for spoiling that for you. And then, of course, there's another character that responded to his death in such a way where you're like, yes, I liked you before, but now I'm like, I'm on your team, and then some. And you really, like, every single thing, every single interaction that you have with them, every storyline moment, you just feel like that connection. And I was like, damn, like, this game got its hooks into me real short. And I've been with Warframe for like 5 years, and I'm like, like if you died in the next storyline, I wouldn't feel bad. That's literally how I feel about it. However, on the other end of the spectrum, there are certain characters that I like. So let me go over my favorite characters so far, because they're not the people at all that you really interact with on a regular basis. As you guys know, one of my favorite characters in the entire game is Cephalon Stark. Or is it Sark? It's Cephalon Sark. Stark or Sark? It's one of those. And he's actually the Cephalon that narrates the Index. And if you guys haven't played it, listen to the announcer. He's hilarious. He's sarcastic. He's almost kind of like Cade from Destiny 2, if those of you guys are familiar. He's got that kind of sarcasm that I'm super duper into, and I'm like, why hasn't his character developed any further, right? Then the other character that I'm really into is Ergo Glast. I really enjoyed like his stance on things, and he was a little bit of a bad bitch. He told, like, he put Lotus in her place. He was like, nah, you need to calm down, bitch. He was like, you need to chill, because you ain't in the right. And I was like, man, anyone who's got the balls to stand up and, you know, against someone with a fucking space ninja fighting force behind her. And he was like, nah, I don't think so. And just the way that he handled the whole situation, the way that he played Nefanyo, I was like, okay, boy, we're like on the same level. And then the other character that I really, really liked was Cressa. And I don't even really like Cressa for my interactions with her because I find her voice to be a little bit grating. But she's a bad bitch. She's making things happen. She is working things out, and I'm like, I support you. I support the Steel Meridian. However, I do it in secret because I'm trying to get in good with Ergo Glast. I want like a nice little penthouse whenever he starts working on, you know, that section of whatever planet he's on right now, because, you know, Rob's Warframe retired. I need a I can't just be on the beaches of Cetus all day. I need, you know, a nice place to chill out during the hot months. So moving along from that, so those are really the three main characters that I feel something for in the game, and they're not even main characters, and that's kind of like one of my issues, is like, these aren't even the characters I'm supposed to be attached to, yet I'm more attached to them than I am to the main characters of the game. Moving along from that, And I don't know if it's just, like, okay, I know that a lot of people are into Clem. I'm not really into Clem. I don't really have any, like, Clem is just a meme to me that people have made up and have embraced, and I'm like, no. Clem is like Piglet. Who the fuck ever liked Piglet? I didn't like Piglet. I thought Piglet was annoying. But some people really like Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. You don't know what the fuck that is. Come on, get with the times, people. But yeah, so there's Clem, but my version of Clem is like Maru. So I love myself a little bit of Maru, not because of what she actually is in game, but because of the stories that I have for myself in the back of my head. I just picture Maru as like our drunken space aunt. Where she's just kind of like, she's got like a wine glass in the back, and you know, she's got her little announcer's mic, and she's like, alright guys, time to get some antiquities. I'm like, bitch, you're drunk. You are so drunk right now. And that's always been my narrative whenever it comes to Maru, is that she's like our drunk space aunt, and that's why I enjoy her. Not necessarily because of the lines she's been written, not necessarily because of her like storyline or anything, but because in the back of my head I'm like, bitch, you drunk. Where'd you get that? And then the last character that I'm cheering to make a comeback, because I like him in like a greaseball, sleazeball way, but not that much, is oh my god, I forgot his name. He sells us stuff. He's Anyo. Something, he sells us the stuff in the relays. Not Baro Katir, the other one. The other one. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Darbo. Darbo was a great character, yet he doesn't get any kind of airtime. That's it. He gets nothing more in the game. And to be completely honest with you, I'd love to see some of these characters come back and be more interesting, because right now, the only other characters, like, at this point, I'm cheering for Teal Regor. I'm like, come back, sir. Teal Regor, we need you. Nefanyo, we need you. Come back in. Listen, we'll have lunch. We'll sit down. We'll chill, because those characters are so well voiced and better done than, you know, the rest of the characters in game. And that's kind of like a sad thing for me. So not to spoil anything more, the reason that I really thought about this was the quest that I was actually on, the final one in Destiny, for that quest line specifically. It was literally just a, you know, loot some chests quest. But the voice lines were so well done, the writing was so well done, that legitimately I had more of an emotional pull in that than I've had for some Warframe quests out there, even for some of the more intense Warframe quests. So I'm like, they didn't even do animations. They just had some good lines that were like, you know, well delivered, and that's pretty much it. So part of me was like, wow, Destiny 2, what in Forsaken specifically, Destiny 2 Forsaken, not just Destiny 2 in general, because, you know, some things weren't winners in Destiny 2, but I could write a whole list of my favorite NPCs in Destiny 2 that I want more from and I'm excited about, and I've learned more from them in that short amount of span than I have with Warframe. So I don't know. Leave me your feelings down in the comments below. Let me know what your favorites were, what it is that you're excited about, and what you hope that DE does with some of these characters, because I would love to see them develop. I would love to have an attachment to them. That's the thing, is I'm not opposed to having an attachment, but right now as it stands, I'm like, if you died in the next quest storyline, I don't know if I would feel anything. I would probably be like, if it were Maru, I would probably be more heartbroken than if it were like, I don't know, Ballast, because I really couldn't give a shit about him either. So, I don't know. Those are my feelings. Toss your feelings down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, okay, at the end of your comment, go ahead and put a little bit of a semicolon. Just to let me know you made it this far. And for those of you guys who don't know what the semicolon stands for, it's weird because I'm going to talk about like stuff, but it's, for those of you guys who do understand it, it's when a writer could have stopped, but decided not to stop. So, that's too deep. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys next time, so that about does it for me for now. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll chat with you guys next time. Bye-bye!